Once again, the old Warlock invaded the Cheyenne Gaming Convention at the Red Lion Hotel in Cheyenne, Wyoming from April 21st to the 23rd, 2023. And, as was expected, it was even bigger and better than last year. First, some numbers. There were 789 total attendees. That's a 21.2% increase over the 2022 convention, and 434 of those people were from outside the city of Cheyenne. That's pretty impressive. There were 126 different scheduled events at the convention. Also, over 1,200 individual games were played, and 176 board games were checked out from the Wyoming Gaming Library. In addition, over $10,000 was raised for support of the Wyoming Gaming Library, and $5,000 in prizes was awarded. But enough numbers. Was it fun to attend? Yeah, it really was. This year, I packed in even more events. It started with a game I've wanted to play for a few months now called Foundations of Rome. Junior, a really great guy I played a game with at last year's convention, brought in his copy of this very expensive game just to teach it to other people. He didn't play himself so that more folks new to the game could take part, which says a lot about the great people you meet at these conventions. Later that night, one of my favorites, Pitch Car, made its appearance yet again. It's a great game where you finger flick a disc around a large track with curves and jumps and other obstacles while your opponents are doing the same. There was a trophy to be won this year, and I was determined to win that bad Larry. And while I started out strong, I ended up in last place. But that gives me incentive for next time. My friend John came up from Colorado, and we had a great time learning some of the finer points of a game I discovered at another convention earlier this year. That game is Pirate Borg. Based on the Merc Borg rules system, Pirate Borg is set in a dark, degenerate, undead-filled Caribbean. And it's great. If you haven't seen Pirate Borg and you like gritty, old-school style RPGs with lots of undead and, of course, pirates, you need to check it out. So last year when I came to the convention, one of the things that I really wanted to get more information on was Hazard Quest. And that's something that Brad, the director of the convention, said I really needed to track down. I finally managed to link up with the person. Now, what role do you play in Hazard Quest? Is this your product? Is this your...
It's funny, a lot of people say that. They're like, is this like a business that you guys do? And so my friend and I, his name's GM Bill, and we just basically came up with a brand,
okay,
a type of a game that we wanted to play.
Okay.
Type of game. We're all into table glitter, so we're all about the 3D printing.
It's great stuff, yeah.
And not only that, but also providing a fun game with DMs that are enthusiastic and stuff. Kind of the game we wanted to play.
Sure.
So we decided to come up with, started getting a bunch of files printed and painted, and then coming up with some sort of brand, and Hazard Quest was born.
Well, and last year when I came in, I mean, and as well as in this convention, I've noticed there are numerous settings that you guys seem to be setting up or placing on the table to conduct the games. You've got a lighting system that's involved in this, apparently.
Right.
Do you have sound as well? I mean, you guys are going all out in terms of the immersive experience of this game. Tell me more about what you have there.
So that's kind of our jam.
Nice.
Right? Like,
nice.
We were all about miniatures at first, right? And then we started seeing this 3D printing thing. And okay, well, let's try that out. And it just grew out, and we're like, okay, what's next?
Right.
Well, what about lighting? This year we bought some lights. And
they're some pretty nice. Those are some sweet looking lights, I gotta say it.
with every scene change, the lights change. And yeah, when we can, we do create our own sound effects.
Nice.
And also, we find ambient sounds for if you're in a cavern. We want it to sound. We want to bring you into that cavern.
Great.
It's not always possible here at Cheyenne Gaming Convention.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, but yeah, we try to, as much as we can, bring up more ideas that we can to make it more immersive.
But if people wanted to find out more information about Hazard Quest, where do they do that? How do they go about that?
The best place is Facebook.
Okay.
We're most active there.
So they can find out where you'll be setting up shop, where they might be able to participate in one of your games, that kind of thing off of Facebook.
So,
but it would just be Hazard Quest Facebook?
Facebook.com/Hazard Quest.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
There were also some great vendors along with new products to learn about. So we have a lot of really cool stuff that's on offer here in the convention vendors area, and one of the things that I was really drawn to, I've seen these on Etsy, Fantasy Adventure Candles. We're talking to, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Nick Music. This is Wooded Meadows Gaming.
Wooded Meadows Gaming.
Yes.
Awesome. Give me a background, give me a little history on how you got started with this, where you're headed with it, and of course some of your favorite products.
Absolutely. So this kind of started because me and my brother like making things, and we've always liked games. You know, we write our own rules to things
Nice.
any kind of crafting. We started making candles. We started making regular soy candles.
Okay.
And we're like, well, that's easy. Let's make life hard. So we figured out how to make these, and turns out it's a very complicated process, a couple of really precise points, but these are really what got us into creating a company to sell these kinds of things.
Right.
So as far as we know, nobody else really makes a candle like this. So we are, socially conscious, environmentally conscious. So things with a wood lid. We also carve wood dice, which I can show you here in just a second. Or the wood art back here. We sell any of those, we plant a tree. It's built into the business model.
Nice.
We sell 1 billion candles, we plant 1 billion trees. It's just part of everything we do.
My event Sunday included John and I sitting down at a table with a representative from Paizo to learn about Starfinder. Very interesting game I plan to learn more about. And of course there were miniatures. Lots of miniatures. From Star Wars to Warhammer, there was a lot to see. I was able to attend a How to Play Warhammer session, which was great, and now I'm sure that there will be Space Marines lined up to be painted after my Stormcast Eternals are finally finished. Sunday afternoon was spent in one of my favorite parts of any convention, Indie Hour, where independent game designers give you a chance to see their work.
The Aetherblood Chronicles is a tabletop role-playing game. It is basically a combination of superheroes meets cosmic horror. It has elements of the Cthulhu mythos built into it, along with the heroism that you would expect in comic books. Basically, the elevator pitch is this. There are alien entities known as the Agnati. The Agnati have gone through the universe, seeding intelligent life with phenomenal cosmic power. All right? They have finally made their way to Earth, and now they are doing the same thing to humanity. Character customization is a major factor with this game. There are 3 attributes and 8 skills that cover every action you could possibly want to do. It's a very simple dice pool system. There are over 70 superpowers in this game, more than 20 real-world forms of martial arts that you can put on your character sheet, heavily researched. There is a 20-year history that we developed for this game during playtesting. The company is called Haphazard Projects. We have a lot in store coming up. We've got about 10 games on the horizon. All of them are going to use the exact same mechanics presented in this book.
So one of the products that I came across yesterday when I was making my way through the vendor area here at the Cheyenne Gaming Convention, there's a company called Flag Bearer Games. And those of you who follow the channel, you know that I have a background in history and archaeology. What I love about Flag Bearer Games is they're taking RPG rules and they're putting them into a historic context. And that's what they've done here. The product that I was drawn to is called Nations and Cannons. And I've got Kyle of Flag Bearer Games here to talk a little bit more about the concept and where the company is headed with it. Kyle, you talked to me yesterday about all the different things that the company is doing. Could you give me just an overview of the game itself?
Yeah, I will give you about a 1 minute spiel here.
You know what? That's great.
All right. So I'm Kyle. I'm Flag Bearer Games. This is Nations and Cannons, and it is 5th edition D&D rules that we have been able to plug into the Revolutionary War. So we have strived for doing a lot with accuracy. We actually created actual historical people from the Revolutionary War.
Oh, that's cool. That is really cool.
Characters, you can actually download them for free on the website. As much as, we are a business, we love making money too, but our biggest focus is actually education. Our long-term plan is to actually make it so that we have this available for kids in schools. We're actually looking for grants and writing grants to basically make it so that we're paying teachers to do after-school programs.
If a teacher wanted to get in touch with you about this, how would they do that?
We actually, on our website, if you want, you can take one of our cards.
Okay.
On the Nations and Cannons website, you can actually, there's a spot for teachers, and we'll actually even send teachers free softcover books.
Nice.
We have the Invasion of Canada campaign in there.
Right, okay.
And so that's it. It's about a 4-hour one-shot.
I'm really glad to see that you guys are taking that whole role-playing concept and putting it into the teaching of history. To me, it's fantastic. So that's a snapshot of the old Warlock attending the 2023 Cheyenne Gaming Convention. If you couldn't make it this year, you need to make plans for 2024. It's a great event put together by some great people. And it's led by this guy, who, by the way, took far too much joy from my inability to do the children's scavenger hunt. Just wait till next year, Brad. And that pitch car trophy, it's already got my name on it.